fucking diva.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Alexus Rebecca. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Stay a while, hit the subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of advice. I love these type of videos when you guys send me like scenarios of what you're going through and y'all trust me enough to give y'all advice. That's the thing, like y'all really trust me. So thank you, shout out to you guys if you have sent me a scenario or like just a what would Lex do question. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I feel like y'all have not seen this couch in a while. I told y'all I did not get rid of my emerald couch. I would have never. It's just in my second bedroom. I just never brought y'all in here. But anyway, hey Lex, so me and my ex-boyfriend were dating for 1.5 years and moved in together. We agreed to move in because he said he'll pay the rent and I pay the utilities. After 3 months of living together, it was a mess. Arguments after arguments. You really don't know anyone until you live with them. That is true. He wasn't cleaning up after himself. Random friends all up in the house, smoking and making a mess. Eating all the food, and I was over it. Girl, I'd have been over it too. Girl, tell me why one night after a really bad argument, he slept on the couch and I was in the bedroom. I hear him on the phone with some girl essentially pillow talking. Literally all night. The next day we broke up. We both go off to work that day and I come home and all his stuff is gone. He then up and left me in this apartment by myself. Baby, when I tell you this place was in the middle of the ghetto, so I couldn't believe him. Come to find out, he then moved in with his mom again and cut off all communication with me. But guess what? I sued his ass. I sued him for breach of contract and abandonment, girl. I know that's right. Due to the pandemic, the court stuff was dragged out for 2 years and I won. I won almost $8,000 back and I was excited, as you should be. Now tell me why it's been 6 months since the case and now he's texting my mom, messaging me on IG and trying to come back into my life. I am currently dating other people, but should I give him another chance? I'm trying to get some more money out of him because he honestly really hurt me and I wasn't even in the wrong. He's a tourist, by the way. What would you do? Would you see him and milk it or leave the trash outside? Thanks, girly. Whew, girl, this one is a lot. If this was me, first of all, I don't know anything about Taurus men, but I heard Taurus men were the devil, okay? Like I've heard some bad things about Taurus men in general, okay? So I know they can be a bit crazy. This situation, I'm gonna say, just from reading this, if I was you, girl, I would leave the trash outside and I will tell you why. First of all, and congratulations for going to court, suing his ass and getting your money back, because if you agreed on something, you agreed to pay the rent and then you leave me high and dry and now I'm stuck looking crazy in an apartment that's in the middle of the ghetto. Oh, hell no. That's enough of a reason for me to never talk to you again because, like, are you serious? And then the fact that you guys had gotten into an argument and he was out on the couch pillow talking with another girl basically in your face, baby, that is the epitome of disrespect. Like, to really be in the house that we live in together, entertaining on the phone with another woman. You're so much better than me, because as soon as I would, you know, peep my little ear to the door and heard any type of giggling, ha ha, hoo hoo going on, girl, I would have went out there and be like, what's the joke? What's so funny? Who you on the phone with? Because that is just straight up disrespect. It's like a spit in the face, and honestly, it gives me vibes of like, obviously there's no respect there, so it gives me the vibes of like he would invite a girl over while you're gone, like if you're ever out of town. That's just the vibes it's giving me, and I hate that for you. So I say, I don't know why you would really need to milk it at this point. Like, you got your money that he owes you. I would say just leave that, because that characteristic there of just complete disrespect, he's shown you what type of person he is, and at this point, I would have to wash my hands of you for sure. You would be done. You would be done, and you are very smart for going to court and getting your money. I definitely applaud you there, but girl, just leave the trash outside, like you said. Woo! So like I was saying, some of these are very long, but I like that you guys really sent me. I miss you too, Joe. Oh, she just DM'd me and told me she misses me. I miss you if you're watching, baby. Mwah. Next scenario. Y'all really trust me. I don't even have any wine or anything, guys, because it's the middle of the day. I don't want to drink anything. But it's 5. You can have some tequila. Ooh! Be right back. Tequila and cranberry for the win, baby. Okay. I just turned 20 in January and I have a boyfriend with my boyfriend. And I have been with my boyfriend for 2 years. It was just a simple typo. I also have a best friend who I've been friends with for 15 years. Occasionally, I will call her and rant to her when me and my boyfriend were arguing. This specific time, I texted her and ranted to her, and I said a few bad things about my boyfriend. And it was honestly all out of anger. I really didn't mean those things. My best friend took a recording of what I said and sent it to one of his friends who I don't like at all. It's giving snaky vibes, but let's continue. Today, my boyfriend and his friend linked up and had a discussion. And his friend brought up the recording and showed it to my boyfriend. After that, my boyfriend was upset at me and we were arguing, and I called my best friend because I felt like she violated Girl Code 101, and I don't play that. I don't play that. She didn't type that. I don't play that. I called my best friend angry, and she gave me the impression that she wanted us apart. She basically said she didn't care about me and his relationship, and that we should have been broken up. I'm so angry with her. I would have never done that to her, and she's the last person I would think to do this. What should I do? She crossed the line. The lesson we can take from this is to keep your boyfriends and your problems, as much as it is hard, to yourself, especially those really little petty arguments and even up to the big stuff, because when you start venting to friends and family, they start having an outside view, an outside view looking in of your relationship, and they don't really know what goes on day to day in your relationship. So it can leave a bad taste in everyone else's mouth when you've forgiven your man for the petty argument or this, and they still look at him sideways, and it's like, girl, that's the worst thing you can do, because everyone in a relationship goes through shit. Okay, so it's so easy to have an opinion on your best friend's relationship or your mom's relationship or your sister's relationship. Girl, we go through it. Everyone goes through the petty arguments so I feel like it's best to just keep it to yourself. Where she went wrong, you should be able to confide in a friend though. Like if that's your friend, that's your best friend, you should be able to confide if you absolutely need to, and absolutely see her as someone who would not record what you're saying and send it to somebody you don't like. That's a red flag, baby. She needs cut off. I don't like that. I'm sorry, there's no reasoning behind why she would do something so snaky behind your back. It's like, girl, why? Anything I express to you or say to you, I already don't tell people shit. So if I'm telling you something and then you go behind my back to share it with other people, especially with ill intent behind it, talking about something, I don't feel like you guys should be together. Well, baby, that's not your decision to make, okay? I will give her the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, maybe she was coming from a good place. I don't know how much you have confided in her, how much negative things, that have gone down in your relationship that she knows about. She might truly be like, girl, it's time for you to let this man go, okay? So I'm gonna take this extra step to make sure it kind of happens, but that's not her place to do that, okay? So she might be coming from a good place, but me, I wouldn't appreciate it at all. I would be very, very upset with the decision she made. And you guys can have that conversation. Hopefully you have the conversation like, girl, before you cut her off, I'm quick to cut somebody off if they do something like that. But you could be better than me and try to sit down and talk and see really what was going through her head. Like, what did you think would come of this when I found out that she was recording me? I would just really not tell her anything else about my relationship. Because like I said, she might be coming from a good place, even though what she did was kind of snaky and weird. She might really have a good intention behind the action that was not what I would have ever done to a friend. Because why are you doing that? That's really weird. Whew, girl, keep me updated with that though. Like, I want to know what happened. DM me, girl. What would Alexus do? Every time I talk to my mom, she criticizes my mothering. My man talks bad about his family, and if I do not do things her way, she gets an attitude with me. It is really affecting my mental health. I have tried to talk to her about it, but she just changes the subject. Would you cut your mom off, and how would you handle it? This is a really tough one, because of course it's your mom, In the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter that they're your blood. They can be extremely toxic, especially if it's affecting your mental health and you realize this. I love you, but I have to love you from a distance. Because especially if you tried to sit down and have that talk with her and be like, Mom, like, I can't deal with the criticism. I can't deal with you talking bad about my parenting or I can't. And she's like, oh, you know, that doesn't matter. Just brushing your feelings under the carpet. No. I know it's so hard because it's your mom and she raised you, but in the end of the day, anyone that I want around me is gonna be supporting me and giving positive energy and positive words. Like, there's no reason that I should keep you around me and that close to me if you're not giving me anything but negative energy. It doesn't matter if you're my mom or my dad or my sister or, you know, someone very close to me, best friend. You gotta go. I can love you from a distance. Like, that doesn't mean cut your mom off, never take calls, never, you know, keep her at a distance. If you can keep those conversations really light and cute until she starts the negative energy and it's like, oh, Mom, you know what? I gotta go. You know, I can't right now. Especially if you're not willing to hear me out. And then I feel like her sensing that distance between you guys will really make her maybe, hopefully, reflect back on herself, because you know sometimes older people can be stuck in their ways and like, oh, it's not me, it's you, you know. But if your mom is giving toxic energy, babes, I would definitely keep her at a distance. It's going to be hard to do, but it's going to be beneficial for you and your family and your mental health. And that's, at this point, you're grown. That's all that matters. Like, you have to really focus on you and your family and not what your mom has to say. You know, we get a situationship. Please keep me anonymous, of course. I want to keep everybody anonymous. Hey, so someone close to me is kind of struggling with life. What I mean by this is that she's turning 22 this year and has been in community college for 3.5 years now and hasn't received or even close to getting an associate's degree. She also doesn't have a car, hasn't built up credit, and she gets behind on payments. Not because she doesn't have money, but her priorities, being hair, nails, and lashes, just are in other places. She does have a minimum wage job. How would you tell her that she needs to get her shit together by not making her feel attacked? She's very sensitive, by the way. We told her several times and have offered to help with her certain things, but nothing has changed. Just to add, the rest of our friend group have or is soon to finish their degree. We don't want her to be left out. Everyone is younger than her. What would you say to her? I feel like it's sad to see, but not everyone, and this is gonna come off so fucking cold, but like, not everyone that you come up with or that you have been friends with for years is gonna be on the same path as you. Mentally, wanting better for themselves, like maybe they've become complacent and it's just like, you know, as long as I have enough money to get my hair, my nails done, I don't care about getting that degree, I don't care about this, you know. You can't, there's not much you can do there to help that person as long as you've already extended that offer. This is a good friend to you, you don't want to see them left behind. But at the end of the day, like, what I think will be the biggest eye-opening moment for them is seeing their group of friends go on and like really continue with their lives and like kind of leave you behind. It'll either be one of two things, and this is just honesty. This will be, oh, them bitches left me, they became brand new. Like, if she has that type of attitude, that can absolutely be the outcome. Or it can be, damn, like, look at my friends, they're all starting their businesses, they're starting their new jobs, they have their degrees, they're on their shit, they have cars. Like, I need to get my stuff together and I need to get like my group of friends, you know? It'll be either one of two outcomes, but there's not really much else you can do because you guys tried to help. But just continue on with you guys' lives, continue to be potential aspirations and inspirations for her, and then hopefully she'll come and, you know, bring up the rear and she'll, you know, see that that's the life that she wants to live and not to be left behind in the dust. So I would say don't make her being successful and wanting to do it and get on her shit your 24-hour thing. Like, you feel responsible for her. Like, you're not. Every adult is responsible for themselves at the end of the day. So once she sees you and all the other girls and their shit together, hopefully she will come up and see that she needs to get her shit together too. That's what a good friend group does. Like, you surround yourself with people who are on their shit, doing good in life, you know, have aspirations, want to make money, are inspired, and that will inspire you, you know? So you guys are doing the thing as a group of friends, is trying to help, but hopefully it all works out. Okay, just moving right on along here. Some advice I would want to know is 1, would you go to the strip club with your significant other? And 2, how would you feel if you pointed out a chick to give him a private lap dance? Okay. Long story short, my boyfriend and I, in a fairly new relationship, stopped by one in New Orleans for his birthday. They stopped by a strip club in New Orleans. I like strip clubs and was completely fine with going in. I pointed a chick out and jokingly asked him if he wanted me to buy him a lap dance, and he said yeah, but not from her. He had to find the right one. On top of that, I felt like he was looking too hard because he sure don't be looking at me like that. I need some advice, sis. I know this is just entertainment, so am I thinking too much into this? Apologies for the long DM, but wanted to give some background to my advice question. Thank you for the long DM because I need some background. Okay, so one thing about me is I have fun in the strip club. Yes, I've been to the strip club with my boyfriend several times. We have a good time in the strip club. So what you have to realize about the strip club is it's just for entertainment. Like, you cannot go into the strip club with any type of negative feelings about the strippers, or if your man is looking at a booty too hard or anything like that. If you ever feel like that, if you feel like it'll come to that, or even like argument, or even you feeling like a certain type of way, let's just avoid the strip clubs with your man altogether. But I don't think he's in the wrong. Just for me personally, anytime I go in the strip club, my man hands me a stack of ones and I'm like, okay, I'm holding on to these ones until I find a girl that I like, you know, until I find a girl that's cute, that's fun, and I want her to give me a lap dance, or I want her to come dance for me. I don't just give my ones to anyone. So I feel him on that. The whole point of the dancers there is to lure the customers in. You know, that's what they're there for. They're there to gain new clients. They're there to flirt with you and be cute and, you know, get their money. That's what they do. But I don't think it's odd to kind of feel some type of way, especially if that was your first experience in the strip club together and you felt like he was having just a little too much fun and like looking at a certain girl a little too hard. But don't take it personal. Like, at the end of the day, they're dancers. That's what they're here for. They're here to make a buck, and they're really not worried about your man or you in the end of the day. Like, they just want your money. They're coming to work. So I wouldn't take it too personally at all. Next time you're in a strip club, relax. You find a girl that you think is cute too, and get you a dance. Y'all can get a dance together. So don't take it personal. I used to go through the same thing at Hooters. You know, I used to work at Hooters for 2 years. I worked at Hooters in college, and I would come across couples, the women in particular, that I could tell were extremely uncomfortable because of the way maybe their boyfriend was looking at me, that I didn't even notice. Like, okay, I'm just here to work. I'm here to serve y'all some wings and get a tip. Okay, I'm not here to flirt, take your man, none of that. So I can relate to the dancers when, you know, it's a girl who is kind of like, because I used to deal with the same thing. But I'm like, girl, I promise you, I'm just here to work. Girls have actually literally stormed out on their men on, like, as my guests. They've like stormed out, and I'm like, okay, I know what that's about. Like, they just got into an argument. So don't let them see you sweat, because I promise you, the dancers don't care about you or your man. So Lex, there's this man. There's always this man. Some backstory. We met on a dating app a year ago. He lives 3.5 hours away. When we met, he lived with his mom and was in between jobs due to the pandemic and lack of experience. And I was starting my lash tech business, esthetician, and I was financially independent, and you were rooming with your cousin. We both had individual goals to accomplish. Before we even met in person, we talked on the phone every single day and night. We both had agreed that when we met, it felt like we'd known each other for years, and there was instant compatibility. That's the best. Vibe and connection. We both have stated that we could see ourselves with each other in the future. He admitted to me that he wasn't in the best place to give me things that he thinks a man trying to set the foundation to be a husband should have, and he started to focus on that. Communication slowed, and I also wanted to focus on my business, so I ended up stepping back from each other for about 2 months. We recently gained contact again and kind of picked up where we left off. Since then, he has moved out into his own apartment and found a steady income and a new career. I also have gained a steady clientele, and I'm continuing to grow my business. At this point, it seems to be more complicated now. We both want to continue to see each other, but we don't know how to operate through this long distance while also trying to build the foundation for our individual lives in our different cities. I truly care for him and think we are really compatible. Everything feels so easy with him except the distance. Finding the time to spend together to continue to date is limited. Moving isn't an option for me until there's a ring, but it's hard for me because if he's coming here, he'd be leaving his family, his new stable income, and his new house. And if I leave, I'd be leaving everything I've built, and I had to start a new clientele, gain new clients in a different city. What would you do? Have you been through a long distance? How do I make this work? How do we make long distance work when no one wants to move, okay? I would just make it work. Like, if you really want to make it work, you have to make it work. And that does not mean that one of you have to up and move to a different city. Eventually, honestly, that's what it's gonna take. Because I'm not being in a no relationship. I'm not gonna say, let's just remember that I'm speaking for me. In my mind, eventually someone is going to have to move, whether it be me or him. Someone has to up and move because we have to live closer to each other within at least 40 minutes of each other. 3.5 hours ain't gonna work, okay? Whether it be etching out 2 weekends of the month that you guys can set aside, you can visit each other. I feel like that's a good start, you know, at least visiting each other 2 to 3 times a month. I know you can make it work, okay? You got lash clients, you ain't got lash clients every day. He ain't got work every day. So you can make that work for as long as possible to build the connection and build that foundation. And then in the end of the day, someone's gonna have to move. I'm sorry. But once you get into like a serious relationship with someone, for me, I need them around. I need to see them at least every fucking day. No, I'm just kidding. I need to see them often. So the long distance wouldn't be for me. I did long distance with my boyfriend, but we only did long distance on the fact that he knew that I was moving to Atlanta, you know? So we did long distance for a year or so, and I moved to Atlanta. But the good thing was I already wanted to move to Atlanta. So he was in the perfect city. I was like, okay, I'm moving there anyway. So we knew we were gonna make that connection at a certain point. So, girl, you know, maybe this would be good advice too. Like maybe trying to, and I'm not saying it has to be you, but if I really liked a guy and he was in a city, I would try to build clientele in his city. Say for a weekend, I'll be there from Friday to Monday. I'm gonna go visit you, but I'm also gonna be trying to find clients in your city. Post on your Instagram, hey guys, I'll be in this city from this date to this date. See if you can start gaining some clientele that way before you up and make that move, and then you have to gain all new clients after you know? So try to like steadily build up that, and he can also be trying to look out new jobs in the city that's closest to you. Y'all can make this work. I'm rooting for you, okay? Because it's not every day you find someone that you're compatible with, vibe with, okay? I want it to happen. What would Lex do if your friend ditched you to move in with her boyfriend? If y'all live together and they just left? Well, that's pretty fucked up, okay? And I have two, I'm gonna explain, okay? Because I have 2 different views on this. If she just up and left me to go live with a boy, that's never acceptable. Ever. You don't up and leave your friend for a man ever, especially if you're living together, you're splitting rent, everything's good, and you're just like, oh girl, actually I'm leaving because I like this man and this boy, so I'm leaving you. Like, that's pretty trash as a friend, okay? Okay, but there is a way that she could have went about things that would not have been so, you know, I'm giving you the side eye bitch. I would have to get behind her if this was the way she went about it. If the lease was gonna be over, and you know, let's say 2 months, give you 2 months heads up, be like, hey girl, there's really this guy that I want to live with, I want to continue my life with him maybe, like, I think it's really time that we move in together, and girl, I love you, but I think, you know, I gotta move on with this guy. I think that's respectable, okay? You can't get mad at that, because in the end of the day, we all love our friends, we love our best friends, we love our guy friends, but at some point, at a certain age, you realize, okay, I cannot live with my girlfriends forever. I cannot live with my bros forever. Like, I have to, you know, move on and move up with my life, you know. Live with a man, live with your girlfriend. So, if she went about it any other way, you didn't give me much backstory, but if she just up and left for a guy, no, that's absolutely unacceptable. I would tell her about herself And bitch, if y'all was splitting rent, I still expect that rent on the first every month until this lease is up, because you don't just leave your friend for a guy. That's not okay. And I was just talking to my boyfriend about this too, because he had like a kind of like a bachelor's pad. Like he was living by himself, but he always had like parties. There was girls over, there was guys over, like his friends would invite other girls over, and that wasn't gonna last too long. Like you have a girlfriend now, there's certain things that you have to change about your lifestyle. So I can see that like he has distanced himself from his bros a little bit, but if it was gonna be any other way, I would have probably had to dip. And the same thing for a guy who's really serious about a girl and is, you know, explaining to her, you know, I think we should move in together. I think we should start this next step. What do you think about that? And she's kind of like, no, I just want to hang out with my girlfriends. Like I like living with my girls and having girl time every night. It's kind of like, okay, like, are you really serious about this relationship? But then again, there's the people who don't even want to move in until marriage, you know? So there's so many different levels to it. If she did it the wrong way, tell that bitch about herself. If she did it the second way I explained, the right way, and told you and gave you a heads up, you cannot be mad at her, okay? Hey Lex, love your channel, by the way. Thank you, baby. So I'm currently in a situationship. We have known each other for the past few months and we live in the same building, and he gets jealous when other guys try to talk to me. Every time we argue is because of that, and he does sincerely apologize about it after we have given each other some space. In the beginning, I asked him what he wanted, and he said he doesn't know, but now he says he wants to be in a relationship, but he has never tried to take it further, and at first I thought it was just sex. But there's times he'll come over and we just talk, and I definitely want something more serious with him, but he's just never brought it up in conversation. What would you do? Because he's got me falling in love and he doesn't know, and I don't want to get hurt. Okay, this is what I would do. This is what I would do, okay? Because I wear my heart on my sleeve. And I feel in some ways that's good, because I'm not going to play with you, especially if my emotions are involved. I'm not going to act like, you know, like it's cool, like we could just be friends, we could just do. No, if I feel myself starting to like you and starting to take things in a way that I feel like maybe you don't want to, or you're not bringing up, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna be the one, hey, what we doing here? You know, I'm starting to really like you. I don't want you to talk to other girls. I'm getting jealous. I don't like that. And he's giving off that vibe. Why is he getting jealous when other guys try to talk to you? Like, what is that about, you know? So maybe he just doesn't want to admit it or say that, because some people, I don't get it, are like that. But when it comes to me, I have zero pride when it comes to saying how I feel emotionally about somebody. Like, because I expect that same thing from you. So if I have to be the first one to say it, I'll say it. But I'm going to be like, okay, I want to be in a relationship. What's up? And you can get 1 or 2 responses. You can get, okay, you know, I was waiting for you to give me the okay. Like, let's do it. Or you can get the iffy vibes. Like, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship right now. I don't know if I can do this. And that's when you really have to cut shit off. That's when I would cut shit off, because at this point, I already have my emotions invested. I can't help how I feel about you. It's the vibe, baby. I like you. So I'm going to have to sincerely bow out of the situation, because in the end of the day, that uncertainty and that emotionally unavailable attitude is just not for me, because at this point I'm invested. So I feel like you can protect yourself by being open and telling him how you feel at this point. Like, if he hasn't brought it up, well baby, I'm gonna bring it up. Once you get the reaction from him, go from there. Because the girls need help. I feel like y'all need my help. And I'm not perfect in no way. Like, y'all, I am a mess, okay? Not really a mess, but I feel like I give pretty good advice. But on the other hand, if you ask my friends, I give my friends some really bad advice when it comes to, you know, getting revenge and like doing shit that they really not supposed to. But I feel like I'm on a straight and narrow with y'all. I want the best for y'all, okay? I want the best for my friends too, but then my friends gonna do what they want to do. What would you do if your best friend told you she wrote a hostile letter about you, for you, but refused to speak on it? Okay, then she gave me a little bit of backstory in my DM. I struggle with seasonal depression, and I've been combating it the best I can on top of taking on a full load at NCAT. Hey, ain't cat in the house. Love that for you, babe. I've been there for her through all of her down moments recently by sending her motivational posts, giving pep talks, and continuously encouraging her. When she came to me about the same issue, I asked if she had taken the time to do anything of things that would help, such as watching sermons and a list of other things that could help, and she said no, I haven't done anything. Because we have had that conversation multiple times and she hasn't tried any of the options I gave, I just said okay. I was already drained and I needed to recharge. The next day she told me she wrote a letter, but she never sent it. When I asked for it, she said it was hostile and she wasn't going to. I told her that if there's a problem, then baby, maybe we should discuss it so things can be fixed. It's been a week and I have yet to hear from her. What would you do? Okay. So what I'm getting from what you DM me is that you've been trying to help a friend that is going through something similar to what you are aware that you go through too. Seasonal depression, you get depressed, you know, have you tried to do anything to help yourself that I do? Watch sermons, you know, motivational talks, go out, get some sun and have some exercise, things like that. You're trying to help a friend. And she's just like, no, I've done nothing. You're like, okay. What else can you do? You've been a pretty good friend to her. So why are you writing tumultuous letters about me? I don't like that. I don't think you should take it personal because you know for a fact that she's going through maybe something that you have come to terms with and you know how to deal with. This might be new for her. She might not know how to deal with this at all. She's taking it completely different than you take it. You know, she's not doing good. She's not okay. So if she is to write something negative about you, that's not you. You know, that's not a reflection of who you are, how you've been trying to help her, what type of person you are. That's a direct reflection of what she's going through and what she's going through mentally right now. And I wouldn't even press the issue at this point, you know? What I would do, because this is just, maybe I need to go to therapy for this, I would just distance myself for a period of time until she comes to me with like a, you know, hey, I was going through a bad time, I was going through a hard time, I didn't mean that. I would be waiting, honestly, I would be waiting, and it doesn't matter if it takes 6 months or a year and a half, I would be waiting for her to come to me with some type of explanation for why you wrote a mean ass letter about me, told me about it, and then said, bitch, okay, well, I'm not gonna show you what I said about you, you know? Like, give her that space she needs because she's not in a good place mentally. And you can't help that because you've already tried to help her. So I feel like you're a good friend. That's a good friend, you know, just trying to keep, even though you're down and out, keeping other people in good spirits. That's amazing. So good for you, girl. If a guy was perfect on paper, career, structure, looks, sex, but a narcissist in person, I wouldn't wish a narcissist on my worst enemy, unless my worst enemy was also a narcissist. I feel like narcissists should just live together, you know, battle it out together. But one thing about a narcissist is you cannot be in a happy, healthy relationship with someone who only cares about themselves. Let me read the definition of a narcissist for you, just in case, you know, you've heard the word thrown around, but you really don't understand what a narcissist is. Woo, they scare me. I was just watching Inventing Anna because you guys had told me to watch it. She is the epitome of a narcissist. I was like, this is like, they are literally insane people. Okay, so a narcissist, a person who has an excessive interest or admiration of themselves. They think the world revolves around them. How can you ever be in a relationship with someone who thinks the world truly, and this is what they truly think. They can only think in a way that benefits them, okay? I've heard the stories, I've seen how it plays out every single time, and I always feel bad for the women. Like, how do you get drawn into someone? There's so many red flags with narcissists. Oh, look at this, look what I've done, look what I can do for you. It's just a sense of, you know, anything they do is just to boost up themselves. Oh my God, I would rip my fucking hair out. Like, I couldn't do it. I feel so bad for any woman or any man who's in a relationship with a narcissist, baby. That is not good on paper. Everything could be good on paper. You could be rich, fine, sex is great. If you're a narcissist and all you care about is yourself, baby, be by yourself. Is it okay to double back to your ex just for the bomb-ass sex? No. I would never. I have in the past, but no. No. Those men are bad for you. Toxic, never a good situation. It'll never end up good. Leave him alone. Like old girl said before, leave the trash outside. Okay, if that's all you have to offer me, I am good. Okay guys, I feel like I've answered all the questions that I'm gonna answer in this sitting. Thank you guys so much if you sent in a scenario or what would Lex do. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them. There's so many, but I hope the ones that I did get to, you guys got a little bit of, what would Lex do, some advice that you will take or just listen to, just my opinion because that's what you guys wanted. Thank you guys again. If you made it to the end of this video, or this is your second or third, fourth video that you are binge watching, and you don't hit that subscribe button, I need to see you. I need to see you personally. Nah, for real, make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment, turn your post notifications on, and I will see you guys in my next video. I've got dinner to make, and it's Sunday night, so I need to wind down. So I'll catch you guys later.